So let's get right to it. Our first speaker is a home health care worker from Cleveland. She works hard, plays by the rules, and like millions of Americans, struggles to make ends meet. Please welcome to the podium, Artheta Peters.
Hi, good morning. My name is Artheta Peters. I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I am a home care worker. I have been in the home care field for 14 years. I got into the home care field when my father was diagnosed with cancer. My father was placed into a nursing facility for the first stages of his cancer. And in the nursing facility, what I observed was that the budget was so tight there that they couldn't handle a high-functioning client like my father, who liked to get up and walk around and be independent. So what they had to do is they had to bound him down to a geriatric chair, which took away my father's independence, his right to choose what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it. At that point, I decided that I would be his home care provider. Take my father home where he had choices, where he was around his familiar friends and surroundings, where he could go through his trials and his tribulations with pride and dignity. I stayed in the field after my father passed because I have a passion in my heart to care for those who are struggling, like my veterans who come home from war. We want them to go home and be in their homes and thrive day to day. I want to be able to take care of my elders and keep them at home in their own communities, because when we do that, it makes our community stronger. In my job, I face a lot of challenges. Being a home care worker, our wages are really low. We make about $8 an hour. And without benefits, we transfer our clients from their homes to grocery stores. We pick up prescriptions. We pay bills. We help with bathing. We help with making sure their equipment is safe for them to use. We make sure that they're living lives as if they had no challenges to face at all. Home health care, you got it, sir. And because of that, we shouldn't have to struggle as providers to make ends meet. Having to choose between paying my rent or do I buy my kids shoes? Do I have to stand in a food bank line every month because $8 an hour doesn't stretch to feed my family for 30 days? You know, it's not fair for workers who work hard to make other people's lives better, and then we have to struggle on a day-to-day basis to meet our own personal needs. It's not right. And while we're working, the companies of these agencies are riding around in Mercedes-Benzes and living on the high horse, while the workers who are the ones going out putting their back and knees on the line, who are going out spending their last dime sometimes to make sure that their consumer has what they need in their house. And we do it because we care. We do it because we love our consumer. We're not doing it for the money, but just because we chose this field doesn't mean that we should have to live in poverty. Doesn't mean that we should have to struggle and make choices between whether we're going to care for our children or whether we're going to go and care for our consumer. It's not fair that the rich stay rich on the backs of hardworking people like ourselves. You know, and it's high time that we stay in the face of our politicians. We stay on the battlefield together, unified, marching and holding up our signs and telling them that no more will we be ignored. No more will you continue to put your foot on our neck and keep us down with low wages and take away our rights to bargain and unionize and make our jobs that will be in high demand 20, 40 years from now. Because little do they know, they're going to reach a point where they're going to need some assistance. And where are the home care workers going to be if we can't make a decent living wage? Today, CEOs are making 330 times more than the average working person. And 5% of Americans now control over 80% of all the wealth in our country. This might be the American dream for those at the very top, but what about the rest of us who are working and trying to raise our families? What is it doing for us? We deserve a shot at the American dream too. I want to be a homeowner, but I can't be a homeowner on $8 an hour. I want a brand new car, but I can't afford a brand new car on $8 an hour. and my job requires me to drive from one place to another. How am I going to do that when my wages are low? We can't do that. So what I'm saying is that we need to continue to fight for better wages as American people. I joined a campaign called Fight for 15, and it has inspired me to stay on the battlefield in home care despite the trials and tribulations I face on an everyday basis. It gives me a voice in the community. It gives me an opportunity to go to politicians and let them know that we can't continue to provide great quality service if we can't make a living wage. So I'm going to stay right here in the campaign, Fight for 15. I'm going to continue to walk with my brothers and sisters in the union until the government decides to give us what we need to live the true American dream, to be able to support our families, to be able to have retirement plans so that in 40 years we can sit down and retire and enjoy our lives. So stay on the battlefield. Let's continue to fight, stick together, and make change happen.
Let's hear it for Artheta. Politicians should listen to Artheta, not billionaire-backed groups. Thank you so much, Artheta.